Everyone, this is being recorded after I just yesterday finished recording part 2 and I'm halfway through editing it. I tried to join the game and just use the truck for a moment, the tutorial version, just to make sure everything was good on it. And ever since yesterday, compressors are very, very broken. So if this truck is not working, it's not my fault. You'll have to wait for the game to get fixed. As you can see, when I spawn it now, it's going to go absolutely flying. Which it did not do that as of yesterday. If it's doing that, you can, I haven't tried yet, maybe you can try adding an anchor block. It might help, but it's not the truck's fault. You'll just have to wait until Rick fixes the game. If you add an anchor, it still works. You can add an anchor if you want. But if you don't have an anchor, you'll either have to add one or wait for Rick to fix the game, because it's broken. You can see this here. They cause glitching and flinging. Sometimes the anchor block doesn't actually work. Sometimes they don't go at the right length. You can read all that if you want. But it's not my fault. If this truck is broken, you'll just have to wait. If there's any piece that's not working right, even though you have the right settings, 100% the right settings and the right placement of blocks, then it's because the compressors are bugged right now. You'll just have to wait for them to be fixed and see if it works after it's fixed. If it still doesn't work, then you did something wrong. Alright, so before the video starts, with some guys in my truck, but I'm just gonna go over some changes. Since there's such a big delay to the part 2, I thought I'd make some upgrades to the truck to maybe make it nicer for people when it's done, maybe more worth it. So first of all, you can probably notice the truck and the trailer has hubcaps now. Another thing is, I actually made this a little smoother. It's not even difficult. I made some other bits of the truck smoother, so the body's just overall a little bit nicer. I increased the steering angle, which does mean we have to change like 3 locks for that. I did the back wheels, instead of 2 cylinders together, are actually, they have a gap in them now. Instead of just being one fat tire, they're actually real dualies now, with a little piece holding them together so they're not floating. I made the interior a lot nicer, so there's not as much yellow visible. See, the inside of the door isn't yellow. The dash looks a bit nicer. This isn't yellow. There's still some yellow, around. I didn't do the ceiling. I might do that, but I also made the doors a lot smoother. They open a lot better now. They used to be really glitchy and sticky, but now they open pretty nicely. If I remember the keybind, they open nicely. Trust me, they open, but I just made a mistake. That was also a mistake. Next thing, the trailer now has dualies. It used to just have a single wheel, which wasn't right. The trailer has an interior with lights now. It used to just be blank and really dark in there. A couple other minor changes, but that's about it. So I'll start with the part 2 of the tutorial now. The first thing we're going to do is actually fix the motor wobble of the wheels. Now after you do this, it's still going to wobble until you finish the build, like I said, but it will wobble a lot less. And the reason I did not include this in part 1 was actually because I didn't think it was supposed to be there. Because it's literally just a motor attached to nothing. So I'm not exactly sure why I put it here, but it unintentionally solves the motor wobble. So you're going to get text 1x2 and place it on the bottom of this compressor, going towards the wheels, like that, and then another one on top of it. Then you're going to go to settings, like not settings, but the gears, oh my gosh, the motor, and you're going to go to the motor settings. Set to button you don't use, but keep it on, and then just place it here, and actually don't attach to anything. It's quite strange. It probably just, lots of people put ballast blocks on their wheels to remove wobble, so it's probably just acting like a ballast block. Probably doesn't have to be a motor, but I'm just going to keep it true to the original build so that it's, make sure it works, but for some reason my wheels aren't turning anymore. Right, after adding back my steering motor, you see it, wow, it like, kind of like goes crazy now instead of wobbling a lot, but then when you're on the ground with all the wheels, it'll be better. Still drives. Alright, now if you place an anchor here before, we're going to get rid of it. We're going to go to blocks and grab the half block from here and place it so it's like got a gap in between here. Then you're gonna go up to blocks here and place 2. Then you're gonna grab this 1 by 0.9, and you're gonna face the arrow this way. It doesn't matter if it's on these 4 rotations. It can be. You're gonna place one, and you're gonna see that it goes inwards right here like that. Rotate it around and put it there as well. Then place 2 more like this, so it should stay flat. Delete the middle ones there. Next, you're gonna grab the compressor block from up here and change it to positive 0.65 with transparent off and can collide on, and place them facing out like that. And you can paint all of this color down here. Then you can grab a regular block and place 2 of them right there and 2 right here. Then get a half block and place it right here like this. Then place 2 half blocks on the bottom like this. Then grab the quarter wedge, formerly known as a half wedge. Place it there to smooth that out, and place it here as well. Then you can go to diamond plate and make this all diamond plate material. You can save for 410 block. Next, you're gonna get text and 1 by 2. Place it here and here. Then it'll be in the description. You put this emoji with one space after it. And then over here, it's gonna be with a space before it. What is that thing even called? Is that a film? Yeah, there we go. So that it's just from the edge right here. Next, you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom and get wedge. Place it like that. Then you're gonna go back to the top, press the block, and click C or the right arrow to get the beam 1 by 4 and place it on the wedge going towards the front of the truck. Then press Z or the left arrow to get the block again and place it right there. Then you can paint all of this that color, and these diamond plates stay the default color. So you have this now. Weird looking thing. Next, you're going to get this block 1 by 0.9 again. Place it so the arrow is anywhere on like the top of it, so like any of these 4 can work. But to make it easy, you should probably make it the exact same way. And place it, just 4 of them right here. And then you should see that there is a gap between the diamond plate and that piece. And there's also gaps, I should have explained this before, there's also gaps on the bottom here if you did this right. And then you can paint it. And then go to block and press C or press the right arrow to get a beam. And place it right here on the back of this. Then scroll down to wedge, press C or the arrow to get wedge 1 by 2. And place it right here. Then change the material to be fabric. Next, you're going to go back up to the top, get a block, and place 3 of them like that. Then you're going to go to this gears and get the compressed block. You're going to make it face up like this, and you should make the distance normal, keep everything normal for this. Put it right here, and then flip it upside down, and then change the transparent to on, can collide off, and make it negative 0.039 or negative 0.039, and place it on top. And then get the material tool and paint this all to be fabric like that. Next, you can get this color 161, 165, 162 and paint all the fabric here just like that. Then you can go to the wing, get wing panel 1 by 2. You can change the fabric, the material to fabric, pressing this, and place 3 of them just in that shape, so it should come over this wedge a little bit. and then go to delta and press Z or the arrow to get one by one, and place it like this, so it's kind of like a funnel leading in almost. And then get Rick's fabric tool to work, his material tool to work, I mean. And then make a fabric and paint it. And then when you spawn it in, it should be looking like this. That hole is fine, it's supposed to be there. And these wing panels should be pretty much perfect. If there's a little gap, that's okay, because it's not perfect. Next, you're gonna go back to the blocks and grab a regular block, place 2 right here, and paint them 27, 42, 53, which is also the same color as the ground. And then place 2 more right here, and then paint it the same as this whole underside right here. So you got this thing going on here. Next, I actually made a mistake, so you're gonna delete this block right here and go to blocks and go 1 by 0.9 and make it the arrow is anywhere on the bottom, like anything like this, and place it down where we just deleted it. And if you look at it, it should be down into the floor. There should be a gap into the floor. Next, these 2 blocks should actually be 77, 77, 77, not 66, 66, 66. So you can also fix that. And we're just going to paint this up here in the floor. Next, you're going to grab a full half wedge and place it like backwards like this, going down into there, and paint it this 77 color. Then you're going to grab a motor and turn power off and turn lock on. Place 2 of them just like that. And then you're going to paint this end of it 77 and this end of it yellow. Sorry for the lag. It's people spawning stuff. And then you're going to place 2 half wedges right here. One that's facing a different way, and another right here, and paint this 77 just like this, and then go back up to this half cylinder and place it right here. And when you save, you'll have 447 blocks. Alright, then you can go ahead and paint the steering wheel to 45, 45, 45. And then we're actually going to add some stuff I should have added before that got added recently. So the hubcaps, you're going to get half cylinder 2x2 and place it facing like away from that. So you got that space, and it takes up about that much of the wheel. And then can't remember if it's that color or not, so we're not going to paint it. Yeah, move the build up by a block, and then grab compress block and place it under the wheel right here, so kind of towards the back of the build, since you can't put it right in the middle. And the same thing on this side. Configure this outer one, transparent on, can collide off. Distance is negative 0.49, and do the same thing on this outer one. Then for the inner one, just turn transparent on, can collide off, but keep it at the full distance on both of them. Then you can get a text 1x3 and place it there on the outside by pressing C or this arrow, of course, and then go back to the 1x2 and place it on this side. And when we spawn it in, we should see our interior come together a little bit, and we should see this hubcap go right on the wheel. So, right, we got our hubcap on the wheel, and I pressed that button by accident. Our hubcap is on the wheel, and we have a little bit of a dashboard now in this thing. This little bit of a steering wheel as well. Alright, next, I think I already changed mine. I did. But in your steering, change the angle to 40 degrees. The max angle to 40 on both of them. Then what we're going to do is just break this block right here and this block. Go to the blocks, scroll down to the half blocks, get half wedge down, and change it with the arrow or Z to get the regular one. And just place it in here, so you got this little extra space for the wheel to turn. This is being recorded out of time, so I did just build like the whole tutorial, so don't mind all this stuff is coming up, but I just want to show this really quickly so that you don't go through the whole tutorial wondering why it doesn't work. So you're going to grab a compress block, put transparent on, can collide off, and keep the distance at 0.5. Then you're going to delete this motor right here and replace it with that. This one is already replaced by that, so you're good. And then the same for this, you're going to replace this motor lock with this right here. And you can paint those. So what we just did fixes a bit of the steering. So if you see me spawning it in later in the video and the wheels are glitching out, yours shouldn't do that when you turn because I just fixed it. But this was recorded after and going to be edited to the beginning of the video. Alright, next you're gonna grab 155, 155, 155 to paint the hubcaps here. And then you're gonna come back up here to this compressor right under this trail and change it to negative 0.46 instead of what it was on before. Just like that. So now you spawn it in, this is a little bit smoother and like, well, it's doing that, but it's not going to do that when you try to drive it. And you have a little more space. We'll turn this is a little smoother now. Next, you're going to get a corner wedge. I literally have no idea where this is. Oh, corner wedge, and place it just like this. It's kind of going, it's funneling down right into here and right there too, and make it to be fabric and this color right here. Next you're going to go back to the top where the blocks are and place 2 blocks right here. Then go down to the wedge and press C or the arrow to get 1 by 2 and place it on top of those sticking out. And make only these wedges to be fabric and make the wedges 0, 85, 127. Then get the color of the ground and put it right on those. So you got like this here. This is going to lead into the sleeper when we build that. Next you're going to come up on to here and then grab this full half wedge. Change the building material to wood. And then you're going to place them just on top of there like this. And then you're going to go back to the top and grab block 1 by 0.9 and change the building to wood again. Then you're going to face the arrow actually the same way as mine. So just like this so that there's like the gap right there. But you're going to actually put it down here. 1, 2, 3 with the gap between the wedges. Then rotate it the opposite way. 1, 2, 3. So you got little tiny gaps right here on both sides. Then you're going to get regular block. Change the building material to wood. And just face it so that the grain is going up so it looks a bit nicer to match these blocks here. And you got this kind of doorway shape. You can paint 170, 85, 0 for this wood color here. Alright, then next you're actually going to grab this gears and get a motor and change it power off and lock on. And then you're going to start by placing it right here. So it's attached to this fabric wedge and this piece here. And then you're going to place it down right there. It's going to be attached to that one actually. And place 2 more right there like this. And paint them this color, which is the same as the ground. just like this to get that. And they're attached to this right now, but it's probably not supposed to be like that. So I'll let you know if that needs to be changed or not. So don't worry about it. Alright, next we are going to change these. So delete these beams and then get blocks and place 1, 2, 3 and paint them, and then 1, 2, 3 so that they're painted like that. Looks the same around here. And then get this corner wedge, if I still don't know where it is. This corner wedge. And we need to place it so that, gosh, I hit the corner wedge sometimes. It's going, so it's flat on the outside. On the inside, it's going down into it right there. So then we're gonna place it, rotate it this way, and place another one. So when you look inside, they're pointing at each other. And you can paint them that same color that they are. Then you can go up a little, get half block, and place 1 right here, and 2 right here, and paint them the same color as these motors. Then you can grab a block right there, and get block 1 by 0.9, and place it right there, so it's got the gap is on the bottom like that. I actually paint it this color. Next, you're going to grab motors again from this gears, turn power off and turn lock on, and put a little motor lock right here so it's not attached to this block because we made that, remember. Then go to the blocks and go to the cylinder, change the material to metal, place 2 on this side, and place 3 on this side. Then you can get this pontoon front piece and change it to metal and place it this way. If you don't have a pontoon front piece, you can put a wedge right there instead. And then you're going to change this to 200, 200, 200 and paint the cylinders like that. So then when you spawn in this weird contraption, it's going to fall off. It's supposed to do that because it's not attached to anything. And we need to change something here. These need to be lock motors. And that part's still going to fall off. That's fine. And then, but this thing is going to make the beginning of how the exhaust is going to be coming out of the sides here. And we'll finish them later. Oh, and I think I already said this, and I must not saved it. You have to get 155, 155, 155 for the hubcaps. Next, you're going to get a wedge, place it right here, like this, and paint it 66. Then you can grab block and press C to make it beam 1 by 4 and place 2 of them right here. Then you could grab half wedge down, press Z or left arrow to get the single one, place it right there on the bottom of this beam. Then get half block and place 2 of them right here. And then you can get the Rick's paint tool to work and make it these 2 pieces diamond plate. Next, you're gonna get half block and press C or the right arrow to get the beam. Place 1 temporarily right there, and then place 2 right here and delete this one. So you got these beams that stick out on each side by 1. Then you can go to plate, change the building material to diamond plate, and cover these beams up. And then place 2 extra on each side. Just like this. And all these diamond plates are going to stay at the default white color. And you can paint these diamond plate as well. So you have this shape now. So we're gonna build the back of the truck before we build the cabin sleeper, so you can drive it around while you're bored making the rest of it. You know, if you get bored, you can just drive it around. Right, and then next you're gonna grab up here in the half block section, half wedge down and change it to regular one by pressing Z or the arrow. Then you're going to change it to diamond plating and place 2 going up like that. You're going to place them, 4 of them facing like this. So you have this shape here. Next, you're going to get this half wedge up and place 1 of them like that. So you have this whole weird thing going on here, but it'll make sense later. Then grab the half block and place 4 of them. So from the bottom, you'll see it like this. And from the top, it looks like this. And you can make it all diamond plated. Of course. What else would it be? When you save it, you have 542 blocks. Alright, and then next, you're gonna go half block, press C or this arrow to get half beam, and place 1, 2, 3 of them. Then press C or this arrow to place 1 there, and those 2 there. And you're gonna get the metal material this time, and paint this all metal. Like this. Next, you're gonna get half block and place 1 right here, 1 right here. Then half wedge down, press Z or the arrow to get the regular small one, and place 3 of them right here. Then you're gonna go to this gears, get the compress block, and change it so transparent is off, can collide is on, and the distance is positive 0.6. Then flip it so it's facing upside down, and place 1 right there, and 1 right here. Then you can paint them, so grab metal and paint this one metal, paint these metal. Then you can get diamond plate and paint this one diamond plate. So you have this weird kind of thing going on. All these wedges and all these compressors. And if you want to spawn it in, that wood part still falls off. And you get this hanging off the back. This is where the wheels are going to be. Right where the compressors are is right where the wheels are going to be. Next, you're going to change to first you're going to get a plate, and you're going to change it to diamond plate. Then you're going to place 2 right here, 2 right here, and then you can place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so you got this shape right here. And also, you're going to just get this white color here, the default white, and paint this compressor. And then also, you can go up to the half blocks and get the quarter wedge, and place 4 of them right here. Like that. Next you can get 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, and paint these quarter wedges. Then you can paint this as well. And then you can grab a compress block and place it facing towards this hole here. It has to be facing this direction. And just make transparent on and can collide off. And you can change the material to diamond plating and paint it white. Alright, next you're going to grab a compress block and leave it on the regular settings and place it right there. Place 1 on top of it, but the one on the top you can change to negative 0.38. Then you can get the material to diamond plate and paint the bottom one. And make the top one out of ice. And then you can paint the bottom one this color. 159161172. Next, what you're going to do is grab this quarter wedge and place it on the top half of it right there. So it's flat on the top. And same with this half block wedge. So place it on the top. Nice and smooth like that. Then grab this half block. Place 2 of them. and then get the half block wedge again and place it like this so it funnels into there. Then you're going to grab the quarter wedge again and place 2 of them right here. Then actually you're going to grab, well the old one uses that, but you can use this quarter triangle wedge, this new block. It works much better because the old one would go like this, have a spike, but you should use this quarter wedge instead. And then we can get the ice material, and all this we just built here can be made into ice. And then you can paint it 56, 56, 56. Just like this. So this is going to be where the trailer attaches to. Next, you're going to go to this light bulb and grab this trapdoor. Change this open close to Y, lock to button you don't press, and turn lock on. Then place it so it's on the metal part, not over here, but has to be on this part. Place them right there. Then you can make them diamond plated and paint them like this. Then you can save for 596 blocks and you can spawn it in. I'm just going to drive it a little bit up to me. And it should have these trapdoors clipped in here. And then when you press Y, you unlock it. You will put trailer in and press Y to lock it in. So it should work like this, and it should be that this is just a little bit higher than the trapdoor. And of course, this whole like attachment thing should be in the middle of these two trapdoors, perfectly aligned. Next, you're going to come down here, grab a compress block, rotate it facing backwards like that. Change the setting to transparent off, can't collide on, power on, distance 0.3. And then go to blocks and go to cylinders and place just one cylinder on it right there. Then you're going to grab another compress block and change transparent on, can collide off, power on, distance positive 0.5, and also place it facing backwards. Then go to cylinders, but grab the split cylinder and place it towards like the right side of the build. And you can paint it all 6666. Next, we're going to be building quite a bit of compression under here. Now I have a picture of it on my other monitor so I don't have to cut it 500 times and make it impossible to follow all the compress blocks. So first you're going to change the setting to negative 0.5. Transparent on, can collide off, power on. And then you're going to start on this cylinder. Make sure all of them are facing the same way as mine. So the first two are going to be like this. And then you're just going to continue this on like that. So you now have like 3 of these. Then you're going to come back out and do one more. Just like that. Then on this side, you're going to place it, just attach to it like that. And then of course you're going to place 2 more just like the other side. Like that. And then come back over and place the last one right there. So if you want to move your build up, and make sure it looks just like this. You can pause it if you need. And then we're going to build this one on the back now, which is pretty much exactly the same. If not, actually I think it is the same. So you're going to place it starting on here, coming out, and you're going to place a couple more. So there's 3 of them. Then you're going to come back out like this, and then do the same thing on this side. So far we have this. Make sure they're all rotated the same way. You can't place any of them backwards. You're going to place 4 more, or like 2 more sets of them. And then come come back out here like this. Then you could paint them all. The same color that you painted the other compressors and the cylinders before. Alright, and then we're gonna get cylinder, and we're gonna place one right here, one right here, one right here. Now, for some reason this one's different, and I'm not quite sure what kind of block it is from the angle of the picture, so we're gonna build that one. I'm gonna do a cut, and we're gonna build that. Alright, next you're gonna grab this half wedge up, and place it right here, so it's like attaching them, but not attached to this. Paint it. And now, see these, this one, this one, this one, this one, these four of them, you're gonna change to negative 0.498. And you're gonna paste that on all these four outermost ones. That's gonna keep the wheel from, there's a half plate that's gonna go here later. And it really looks good with it. Doesn't have to be there, but if it is there, the wheels are going to rub on it, so you have to put this so the wheels don't rub on it. Because if the wheels are going to rub on it, then the wheels get stuck. Next, you're going to get motor. Just leave it on default settings and place four of them right where these cylinders are. And paint them on. I don't know what this guy's doing, following me around, but that's fine. You can save for 640 blocks. Next, you're going to come to one of these ones on the left side. Make backward S, forward W, speed 12, torque 30, and the rest of this is like normal. Paste it to both of the left ones. Then on the right, you're going to change them around, and then paste it as well. Then you're going to change this to a motor lock. Now, no, if you're one of these peoples that's changing the motor locks into compression, you can't do it in this spot. It has to be motor lock, because from my experience doing this wheel for some reason with compression, just doesn't work every time. And it's usually not this one, but it's usually the next one we're about to place. So make sure these four are on lock and they're placed on the end of this motor, so the motor would turn them. And you can paint them now. So it looks like this. Next, you're going to go to the light bulb, get text, keep it on 1x2. And you're going to place it on the bottom of this motor lock, going outwards. Alright, next you're going to go to the wing, I think. Yeah, and scroll down to get trail. Change the button to something you don't use, and then just put these settings on it. Then on your text right here, you're going to place it facing like backwards. Just like that. And then once you're done that, get a motor and change it into a motor lock by turning off power and turning on lock. And then place it on the end of that trail on the back of it. And you can paint it. Then, alright, now we're going to place the wheels. So you're going to click cylinder, and press C or this arrow until you find 4x4. Then you can place a temporary one right there. And then this one a little bit off the ground, one block off the ground. And it should be lined up with these half wedges. See how the edge of it is lined up? It also looks like this. This is the position where the motor is. Then you can go ahead and do that same thing on the back of the other side. So these are the rear wheels. And then you're going to place another one right next to it, touching it like that. Then you can place 3 and delete the middle one. Place 3 and delete the middle one. Then go to half cylinder, half cylinder 1.5 and place it in the middle, these ones here. Then half cylinder 2x2 and place it so it's not touching the wheel though, but place it on the wheel. Just like that. Then you can copy the paint from this front hubcap and put it on all of these. So you should have something looking like this. Then you can make the wheels into fabric and paint them black. Next, you're going to go here and grab a compressor. Change the setting to the distance is normal, can collide off, and transparent on. Then go to the wheel here and place it towards like the back of the wheel. You see how it's kind of offset towards the back? On both sides, offset towards the back. Then you'll change the distance to negative 0.42 and everything else stays the same. And place it on that one that we were just placed. Then change the distance to 0 and place one more. Then change it back to negative 0.5 and place it opposite so it's on the forward kind of part of the wheel now. And do that on all four. Then you come over here and copy this setting, negative 0.49, and put it on the compressed block and place it here on the edge of this. Then go to your text, get the text 1x2 and place it here, 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 and here. So that's 4 of them. You can place another 4 right here. Then we can place 2 right there and 2 right here. Then you press C or the arrow to get 1x3 and you need to place it so it attaches this to this. So if you can't place it right here, just place one there, there, and delete it. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as it gets into this spot. Then you can save 708 blocks, and if you spawn it in, hopefully, if I've actually done this right, you now have a fully drivable truck with the real dualies, the hubcaps and everything, and the broken wood piece, which is fine. You can, I have my sounds turned off, so that's why I can't hear it. Because people sometimes like to play loud audios. So you should be having this beautifully not at all finished truck right here. It looks very strange, doesn't it? Next, you're going to go to blocks, get the half block, press C or the arrow to get a half beam instead. Then you're going to place it, 2 of them right here, 2 of them right here. Change to the block and place 3 like that. Then you'll grab this half wedge down, press Z or the left arrow to get the small one, and place a bunch of them like this so you get this shape on the back. Then you'll get this half wedge 2 and place it right here, right here. Back to the half wedge down, pressing Z or the arrow to get the small one, and place 2 of them right here. Then you can go ahead and make it all into metal. Beautiful. Next we're going to come to this front part now. Half wedge down, same thing, get the little one, but place it on bottom here like that. And another one there. Then you're going to grab half wedge 2, and place it here so it's going to have this little drop off on both sides. Then half wedge down, grab the little one, and place 2 more just like this. Then you can make it metal. And then we're gonna paint it 211, 211, 211. Just so it's slightly darker than the metal over there. Then when you spawn it in, your wheels should be perfectly in them right here. Perfect height, right in there, not touching any of those. And should still be able to fully drive. So we're going to place 4 text. So grab the text one by one from the light bulb area. And make sure it's facing the same way as mine. Because it has to face this way where the words are starting at the top and going down to the bottom. Then you can place them all like that. And this will be in the description. They're all the exact same one, all 4 of them. And paint them this color. Like I said, those will be in the description as well. Next, you're going to go to the blocks, grab this quarter wedge, and place it right there. And then grab this half wedge too. And actually place it this other way so it sticks out a little bit. Then you can make that into metal. Next, we're going to come back over here, grab the cylinder, press C or the arrow till you get 2 by 2, and place 4 of them right here. And place the ones on the end with this color, 161, 165, 162. Then change it to 99 on all of them and paint the 2 in the middle. And also don't forget to grab this color and paint these 2 blocks. As well, we can now go down here, grab this half plate, and place it right here. And then we can get Rick's tool to work here and make it metal and keep it this color. So your back now looks like this. Alright, then we're going to place 2 more, or actually 4 more texts. So we're going to place, make sure these are upright. Place 2 right there. Then you can place 2 right here, doesn't matter which way as long as they're going down. This one here, this will be in the description. It's the brake lights and reverse lights. Then it's going to be the same on this side, but turn it around. Then you can grab plate and place it where this text is. Just like that. We're going to put a... in the light bulb, grab a sign. Press Z or the arrow to get the 1 by 1. Place it right there. Then paint the front of it this color of the ground. Then go to the material and make it metal. Then change this to the brightest color, 255. Paint the back of it. Then you can put your username here or whatever you want and make the size 39. You might have to change the size depending how long your word is. Next, you're gonna get fabric and make these fabric and paint them black. Now when you spawn it, you should have this beautiful front end of a truck, and the back should be looking like this with it all together. And next we'll do the front license plate since we just did the back one. To the front right here, go to blocks, grab this half plate, and then place them right in front of these 2. You can go ahead and make them metal and change the color to 255, 255, 255. Then you could grab compress block, just keep the distance at the regular, change transparent on and can collide off and place it right below this plate. Then change the distance to 0.42, just like this, and turn it around and place it there. and you can paint it the same color as the bumper. Then you can grab the text 1x2 and place it right on there. We'll add text to it in a moment, but if you spawn it in, it should be just like this, right on the front. When you save, you should now have 780. Of course, my experience following tutorials, I'm usually a block or two off, so if you're a block or two off, don't worry about it. As long as every core function of the truck is still working. We have a bit of a process to do here, so we're gonna grab this compress block, change transparent on, can collide off, and set it to 0. Then place it on this half block. Not on the plate, but on this half block. Then you can change it to -0.5 and place 3 of them. Just like that. Then you can change it to -0.3 and add the final one right there. Then you're gonna grab a text 1x2 and place one right there and the second one right there. Then you're gonna grab compress block, transparent on, can collide off, and make it -0.25. And place it right there. Then change it to -0.5 and place it there. Then next you can paint it this color. And then what you can do is put a text facing out to the right and change the size to 55 and write your name or whatever words you want. And then make sure it's got the same color. And then you might have to change the size depending how long your word is. But now when you spawn it in, you have a front license plate and a rear license plate. You're ready to drive. This thing is completely road legal in its current state. I promise. This is how your truck should look right now. But this thing is still not attached, that's alright. We'll get to that in a moment actually. But the back of the truck is pretty much done now. Alright, next we're going to go to blocks, go to the half block section, half wedge down, and scroll to the small one. Place 2 of them right there, and 2 more on each side. Then you're going to grab half triangle wedge and place it right there. Then you're going to go back to the single half wedge down and place 3 of them. Alright, then you can paint it yellow. This is going to be for the sleeper, but we're not actually going to build that in this part. But the sleeper does hold on to the tank, so we have to build the bottom of it. Next, we're going to get another half triangle wedge and place it on the end of this, right here. Then grab half block and place it on the back side of this, as well as on this side. 2 of them. You can paint this one yellow and these half blocks 6/6, just like that. Right. Next, we're going to be building quite a lot of stuff, so we're going to grab this half wedge down, get the small version of it, and place it going inwards like this. Then place a temporary one right there, another one on the other side, temporary one, and then one here. Then place one on the top, and one on the bottom. And you can delete the one in the middle, and replace it with a half block, so you have this shape now. Then you're going to grab a half triangle wedge and place it on all the corners except for the one with the half block. So you got this round but not round shape, because it's not really that round actually. It's got these angles in it. And then once you're done that, you can grab up here a cylinder and get to the 3x3 one, and then place them until you get to these plates. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to build this exact thing, but without the half blocks on this side. So we'll put a half block right there, half block right there. Get the small half wedge down. For some reason, depending which way my camera's facing, it's changing if I need to use T or if I need to use Y, so it's messing me up. Let me know if you have that problem too. But anyways, we're gonna finish it off with these half triangle wedges. Right, as it keeps switching which keybind is which. And at this point, I'm just guessing if I'm gonna press the right one or not. Alright. Then we're gonna go to the material and make this all metal. We're gonna make it metal. This game is pretty buggy. Then with this 244 color, you're gonna paint these two cylinders. It's kind of hard to see right now, but it's fine. Then you're gonna grab this color, or sorry, this one, 211, and paint the other 3 cylinders. So now it's easy to tell which one's which. And with this color, you'll also paint the ends. And just like that, you now got your tanks on there. So you're now you're ready for driving. Next, we're going to build a bit of the cab, and the sleeper will probably be in the next part since this one's rough footage is already getting pretty long, but I did want to get lots done because of how long it's taken to get out. Next, we're going to start building the cab, which we have to come up to this motor lock tower for. We're going to go to blocks, grab a quarter wedge, and place 2 of them right there. And up to the top, we'll place 2 blocks. Make sure it's not connected to this. And then we're gonna stop working for a second. We're gonna grab wedge and place 2 of them like that. And then we can paint them all yellow. All this can be yellow. We're gonna grab a motor right here, turn it into a lock, and place it going out on each side. Paint it yellow. Then we're gonna grab this angle lock and place it in this orientation. Paint it yellow. And then give it some settings here. So, depending on the way you place them, it's going to be different. So, for me, this one is 7 and this one is -7. But for you, it might be the opposite. So make sure you check. And it needs to be going towards the middle of the truck. Both of them need to go towards the middle of the truck. See how? So this one's going this way. And then this one is going this way, right? So make sure they're going in towards the middle of the truck. Even if you have to make this one 7 and this one -7, do that to make it go to the middle of the truck. Because if you place this like a different way, like that, then it's gonna switch around the values. So make sure you either place it the same way or take a look at the little marker and make sure it's going towards the middle. Next, we're actually gonna come back down here, grab a motor and turn it into a motor lock like this, and place it in this little gap right here. Right here. Then what you're gonna do is grab a trail, turn it to a button you don't use, and these settings, and place 2 of them right here. paint them yellow. Then you're gonna grab a wedge, get the 1x3 and place it on top of there and turn it into glass. We're gonna go in here and grab a compress block. Keep transparent off, can collide on, and change the distance to negative 0.11. Then we might want to come from underneath instead. See, this is the motor we just placed. This compress block there. And paint it yellow. From up here you can see it's just right here. You probably could place it from here too, but the trail might be in the way. Place it right there. And so when you spawn in, you should get this singular glass pillar a little bit forward of this and right in the center of the truck. Coming back up here, we're going to grab a half block and place it facing out the side of the truck on these angle locks here. Then you're going to grab a block and place 3 of them right here. Paint them yellow. Then grab this half triangle wedge and place 2 of them right here. Just like this. And when you spawn in, you should see to make sure your angle locks are facing the right way. If they're facing the right way, you'll get a little curve that goes like this. Up here, we are going to we're going to grab the wedge 1x3 and place 2 of them right here. And we're going to go back up and place a quarter wedge right here. And then 4 more quarter wedges right here. Then a half block, we'll place 2 of them on each. So you have this here. You'll paint 133, 133, 133 on these and these. Then you'll paint these glass and make them 45, 45, 45. And also make sure to make this one down here also 45, 45. Now when you spawn it in, it should look like this. Also, the reason I always spawn a lot is because I still follow other people's tutorials on YouTube. And it always kind of upsets me when they don't spawn and show me how it's supposed to look. So when you spawn in, it should look like this. And yes, that gap is supposed to be there for now. But you have the start of your windshield coming together. And you can still drive around and hit yourself with it. Right, next we're gonna fix that gap by grabbing a motor, turning it into a motor lock, and placing it facing down here. And then grab this color and paint it. Then you're gonna get a half block on the top right there. Then 2 quarter wedges right here. Then a quarter wedge here. So far you have this. Then you're actually going to get a half wedge down, go to the single one, and place 2 on each side of this half block. When you save it, you should have 902 or around that amount of blocks. And when you spawn it in, your little gap in there is now fixed, and you have these coming up the side of it. Going to go to the wings, wing panel, and change it to the 1x1 and place it just below where this window is. Then you're going to go to the delta wing and switch to the 1x3 and place it in line with this window here. Just like that. Then you're going to go to blocks, half wedge up, and you're going to place 3 of them right there, 3 of them right here facing like that. And you can paint them yellow. Then you're actually going to place 1 more right here. Just like that, same way as the rest of them. Grab this quarter triangle wedge and place it like that on both of them. Then you're going to go to the wings, grab a trail, again set it to something you never use and like that. and place 3 of them right here. Paint them 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And then of course you can paint these yellow as well. Next, we're actually going to fix a mistake I made. We're going to delete this and place a quarter wedge there. Delete this one and place a half wedge up. Same way as the other ones, like that. Then you're going to grab a compress block and put transparent on, can collide off, and place them like that. And paint them 77 all the way. Paint these yellow as well. Then you can grab half wedge up, place one sticking out of there and one sticking out of there. Paint them both yellow. This next part is not, this part is asymmetrical, so when I build it here, do not build it over here. So we're gonna grab a compress block, turn transparent on, can collide off, and make the distance 1. Place it right there. Then make the distance 0. Place another right there, another right there. So your settings should look like this. Then you're gonna go to light bulb, grab text 1 by 3, and place it right there, connecting these. You can paint this yellow. As for this side, it starts out the same. Grab a compress block, transparent on, can collide off, distance is 1, face it out, paint it yellow. Then change it to 0, place one right here, another right here, delete this one, and place another 2 like that. Then go light bulb, text 1 by 3 and place it right there. Then you can save for 933 blocks, and you can load it in to see how it looks. It should look just like this. Next, back down here where these motor locks are, you're going to grab a motor and turn it into a motor lock like this. And on this left one, you're going to place 2 right here. Then you're going to go to blocks, grab a quarter wedge, and place it facing just like that. We're going to get a half block, place 2 of them right there. Then go to the gears, grab an angle lock, and place 2 offset from each other like that. Then this one is going to be negative 13.5 actually, because it needs to point away from the truck center. So then this one also, this one has these settings, and this one goes like that. And this one's going to be 13.5, so your settings might be reversed. This one might be negative and this one might be positive, but just make sure that they're pointing away from the truck like that. Alright, that's the most important part of it. We're gonna go to the blocks, get a quarter wedge, and place it right here. Then we're gonna go grab a full block and place 4 of them just like that. And paint them yellow. We're gonna grab half wedge down, the little one. Place one right there, and then place it up to the height of this wedge. Then do the same thing on this side. Then grab a quarter wedge and place them like this. And you can paint all of this yellow, or whatever color you're using for this truck. Next, it's going to get a little bit weird. So first, we're going to grab this block 1 by 0.9. Place it facing this way, so on the outside it dips in like that. Same over here, turn around so it's got the dip on the outside. And actually do not paint those yellow. Paint those fabric with the same color as down here. Next, get a half block right here, a half wedge down right here, and a quarter wedge right here, and make those all fabric with the same color. Then what you can go ahead and do is put your main pilot seat right here and your passenger seat right here. Now when you spawn it in, you can make sure your angle locks are working correctly, because if they are, this should start coming back out this way on both sides, start coming back out, so that it would in the future line up to this. And obviously seats aren't supposed to be like this, but I'll fix that. You can save it for 969 blocks. Now we're gonna fix the little seat issue, so delete this half block and replace it with the small half wedge down. And of course, make it fabric as well and color it. Then go to the light bulb and get a text 1x3 and place it right here so it's connecting to this half wedge. Now when you spawn, your seats should still be attached, but they should not be angled like that. Perfect. Now we're sitting straight. With the windshield of our truck is now put together. And you know, we can drive it, and we can drive it off the cliff if you really want to. Half block and place 3 of them starting on that fabric piece. We'll paint these 88, 88, 88. Then we'll grab block and place 2 of them right here. We'll grab the half wedge from down here, face it up, and place 1 on each side. Back up to the half block, we'll place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll place another half wedge at the top. You can paint this all yellow. And the height of this should match the height of this. Right? 990 blocks. Then you can go ahead and grab half block, place 3 of them like this, 1, 2, 3, paint them, then get a half block wedge and place them funneling to the back of the truck like that. And you should save and have 998 blocks. Now, coming back down to this half block, we're going to grab block and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on both sides. Then get a half block and place it on top. And place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half blocks side. Paint yellow, of course, or whatever color you're using. We can spawn it in and make sure of how it looks. It should, this will get covered up later, don't worry about that. But it should nice smoothly connect to back here. And this is our cab almost fully completed by now. So this, and it should be angled outwards like this, right? So your windshield goes back, and then it goes this way, it comes back out, and you can still drive it off the cliff. The next thing we're going to do is actually fix that gap I talked about. So you're going to come down to here, grab a compress block, turn transparent on, can collide off, place 1, 2, 3, and paint it up. Then you're going to place a half block right here, and 1 right here. And we're actually not going to put separate compressors on this side for some reason in the future. We're going to put text and connect them together. So when you spawn this in, it should have now made this much better looking. Next, we're going to go to blocks, grab a cylinder, click this, and make it metal. Then we're going to build up, up, up until we're just 1 block away from that, where we're a block taller than this half block. Then we will match this to the other side, just like that. Then we're gonna go grab a smoke pipe and throw it on top here with these settings. You can look down, so we have R's for on and off, length is 1.4, size is 3.4, transparency is 0.67, spread is 8, fixed is on, toggle is on, powered is off. You can go ahead and copy the paint from down here. Paint this whole thing up to here. Paint it up to here. Next, we're going to grab this color here and paint the smoke pipe. Then we're going to grab black, and you can remove the wedges if you want, and paint the inside black. Then we're going to grab compress block, transparent on, can collide off, and change it to 0, and place one right there. Then change it to negative 0.2 and place one on top. Then go ahead and place the wedge back. Right, so in that, I actually placed the wedges backwards, so go ahead, delete them, and place them this way. And place one there too. This game's just bugged, so I can't do it. And you can spawn it in now and turn on your engine. Of course, my sound is off right now, so can't hear it. But alright, next we're just going to do a little bit of stuff for the interior, and then that's going to be it for part 2. So part 3 will have the sleeper, the roof, and the doors. So then we're going to go ahead and scroll up here to this half wedge up. Rotate it the same way as this one. And then start placing it one block higher. And then build it a block higher like that. Paint them with this color. Next, what we're going to do, grab a compress block and switch it transparent on, can collide off, and place it on the side of your seat, leaving a little gap down there. Then place one on top of it, and then change it to negative 0.001 and place it right there. Then grab a text, grab the 2x2 and place it like that on both of them. Then grab a compress block with transparent on, can collide off, distance 0, and place it right on the back of this text right here. Then go ahead and grab another text 2x2 and place it just like that on the bottom. Then we're going to grab one more compressor with transparent on, can collide off, negative 0.5. We're not going to build this part yet. This is for the doors, but we're just putting it here so that this compressor can be attached to it. So put those there and paint it yellow. Actually, I was also mistaken. We're going to make it transparent off, can collide on for this one. Now, when we spawn in, this is how it should look on the inside. Yellow on the out, just gray on the inside. And that's going to be the end for part 2. So part 3, we'll do the sleeper, we'll finish off the roof. We'll put the doors in as well. But for now, this is how your truck should work and look and drive. And of course, if you really want to, you can hold S while you're backing up and drive it off the cliff without killing yourself.